All right, everyone get ready because we are diving into the world of birds of paradise, but with a twist.
A twist, yes. A glowing
That's
twist.
right, glowing. I mean, we all know those birds of paradise. They're the ones with the super crazy feathers.
Oh, yeah. And those mating dances.
Right. Like, how could you get any more dazzling?
Right.
But, well, hold on to your hats because it turns out they've got a secret weapon.
They glow.
Yeah, they GLOW. We're talking biofluorescence.
Yeah, biofluorescence. And this is where an organism absorbs light
Mm-hmm.
and then it re-emits it as a different color.
So it's not like creating its own light, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of like what is it, a black light?
Yeah, kind of like a black light. Yeah,
Yeah.
where you shine that light and then things react and they give off a different color.
Exactly.
We've seen it in, all kinds of creatures. Like you've got your fish and sharks.
Yeah, I've seen that, like deep sea stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but even like turtles.
Really?
Yeah, and corals light up this way. But finding it in birds of paradise, like that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that was news to me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today, right? This study from Royal Society Open Science.
Oh, yeah, this study was really something.
Yeah.
I really kind of blew the lid off this whole glowing bird thing.
Yeah, it's I mean, think about it. We're talking about almost every single type of bird of paradise out there.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't just like they found one species.
Right.
The researchers actually discovered that 37 out of the 45 known species of birds of paradise can do this.
Wow. So it's really like a family trait.
It really is. I mean, it basically means that biofluorescence is like a trademark of this whole bird family.
So how did they even figure this out? Like, did scientists have to go on some crazy jungle expedition with like, black lights or something?
Well, imagine you're a scientist and you're studying these birds and then you realize,
Oh,
wait a minute,
uh-huh.
we might actually have these glowing birds right here in our
Right?
museum collection.
Whoa.
And that's exactly what happened.
No way.
They used museum specimens, some of them dating back to the 1800s.
Wow.
Yeah, talk about history coming to light.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, but wait, how did they actually see the glow?
So picture this, you've got these specimens,
Mhm.
and they're using these special cameras and lights that can
Uh-huh.
pick up on those specific wavelengths of light that the birds emit.
Well, so it's kind of like they had like a secret decoder ring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a secret decoder ring for the avian world.
Okay, so they glow,
Mm-hmm.
but where on the birds? Like, are we talking? Are their beaks glowing? Is it their feathers? What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a great question. So
Yeah.
in males, it's mainly on their bills,
Okay.
their feet,
Uh-huh.
and certain feathers, particularly those on the head, neck, and belly.
Interesting.
And here's the thing. Those are the same areas that they show off
Right.
during their courtship displays.
So they're already doing these like elaborate dances. They're showing off these crazy feathers.
Right.
And now we find out they're glowing too. I mean, it's like they're turning up the volume on an already amazing performance.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Now females also, they also display biofluorescence,
Oh, okay.
but it's mostly limited to their chest and belly plumage.
Oh, so there's a difference between the males and females.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is. So that kind of raises some interesting questions,
Yeah.
about the specific ways that each sex might be.
Right, how they're using it.
Yeah, how they're using this ability.
Okay, all right. I am officially hooked.
Yeah.
But why are they glowing in the first place? Like, what evolutionary advantage does something like this even give them?
All right, so picture this. You're a female bird of paradise,
Okay.
and you're deep in the rainforest.
Mhm.
The light's dappled, shadows are everywhere.
Yeah, I can see it.
And suddenly, this male appears, and his glowing feathers are like neon signs against the dark background.
Wow, that would definitely catch my eye.
Right, and that's exactly what scientists think is going on here.
Okay.
The biofluorescence makes the male's displays even more eye-catching,
Uh-huh.
especially in their, shadowy forest homes.
Makes sense. But can the birds even see this glow? Or are they putting on a show for nobody?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, studies on closely related species suggest that they probably can.
Okay.
Their eyes have pigments that are sensitive to those wavelengths of light
Oh, wow.
that are emitted by the biofluorescence.
So it really is like this private light show just for them.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I mean, we're only just now figuring this out with all of our fancy technology.
Right.
And they've been using this for who knows how long.
I know. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It just, it really highlights how much we still have yet to uncover about the natural world.
Well, now I have to ask, did they study any other birds besides the birds of paradise?
You know, they did. They also looked at bowerbirds and fairy wrens.
Okay.
And guess what? No biofluorescence.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. Why would it be present in some birds and not others? I mean, they all live in similar environments, right?
That's right. That's right. And that's what makes this so interesting. You know, raises a big question about why this trait evolved in certain lineages but not others.
Right.
Could be related to, their specific habitats, their mating behaviors, or even just their evolutionary history. We need more research to know for sure.
Yeah.
But it definitely adds another layer to this whole mystery.
This is blowing my mind so far.
That's pretty cool, right?
And we're just getting started.
I know. You know, it really makes you think, like, is this their way of communicating in a world that we can't even see?
Yeah, like some secret code, like flashing these messages back and forth.
Exactly. And this brings up another interesting point. Remember how we talked about those special cameras?
Yeah, the ones that can pick up on the biofluorescence.
Right. Well, those cameras can also measure the intensity of the glow, which means we can start to understand how bright these signals really are in their natural environment.
So are we talking like a faint glimmer, or is this something that would really stand out in the forest?
Oh, no. It's not just a faint glimmer.
Okay.
The research suggests that these patterns are pretty vibrant.
Oh, wow.
Especially when you see them through the eyes of a bird that can actually perceive those wavelengths.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
We know that we can only see this glow with, special equipment, but how are the birds seeing it? Like, do their eyes work differently than ours?
That's where it gets really, really interesting. Birds, just in general, have much better color vision.
Oh, really?
Than humans. They have an extra type of cone cell in their eyes.
Oh, okay.
Which allows them to see a wider range of colors.
Huh.
Including ultraviolet light.
Wow. So they're basically seeing a whole spectrum of colors that we can't even imagine.
Exactly. And that's just the beginning.
Okay.
Remember those eye pigments?
Yeah. You mentioned that.
The ones that are tuned to absorb certain wavelengths? Well, in birds of paradise, those pigments happen to align perfectly.
Oh, wow.
With the wavelengths of light that their biofluorescence emits.
So it's almost like their eyes are specifically designed to see these glowing patterns.
It's a perfect match.
That's amazing.
And it really suggests that this ability to see and respond to this biofluorescence was really crucial to their evolution.
It's like they've unlocked a secret level of visual communication. And we're just now getting a tiny little glimpse of it.
That's a great way to put it. It really it makes you think about the incredible diversity of sensory experiences in the animal kingdom.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the how, but let's get down to the why.
Good.
What do scientists think is the purpose of all this glowing?
Well, like we were saying, it most likely has to do with attracting mates.
Right.
Those glowing patterns make the males really stand out, especially when it's kind of dim. And it might even signal to potential mates hey, I'm healthy.
Oh, so it's like a billboard.
Yeah.
Advertising their best qualities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's not just about attracting mates. Remember we talked about how the biofluorescence is different?
Right, between male and females.
Yeah. So that suggests that it might also be playing a role in their social interactions within the same sex.
So how so?
Well, for example, males might use their glowing patterns to establish dominance.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, kind of like a visual way of saying, hey, I'm the biggest, brightest bird around here.
Right. So it's not just about finding a mate. It's also about showing off to your rivals.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that these are just hypotheses for now.
Right.
We really need more research.
Yeah.
To understand how the full picture of how they're using this biofluorescence.
This is so fascinating. It really makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden in plain sight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just waiting for us to discover them.
And think about it. If we're just now figuring this out,
right?
Imagine how long they've been using this.
I know, right? It's like a secret language they've been speaking for centuries.
Yeah.
And we're just now starting to eavesdrop.
And this is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
You know, this discovery opens up so many questions about the role of biofluorescence in other species, in other ecosystems.
Okay, before we get too carried away with all the possibilities, let's try to sum up what we've learned. Yeah. What are the key takeaways you want our listeners to remember about this amazing phenomenon?
Okay, so first and foremost, biofluorescence in birds of paradise is not, it's not some rare fluke. It's a widespread thing across the entire family.
Yeah.
Second, it's not just a subtle glow. We're talking about vibrant, noticeable patterns, especially when seen through the eyes of the bird. And finally, this biofluorescence is probably playing a big role in both their mating and social interactions. Yeah. So it adds a whole new layer of complexity to their already fascinating lives.
I'm totally with you on that, but I still have one burning question.
Yeah.
If we could somehow see the world through a bird of paradise's eyes, how different would those displays really look to us?
That is the ultimate question, isn't it? I mean, unfortunately, we can't fully experience the world as they do.
Yeah.
But based on what we know about their vision, about the intensity of their biofluorescence, it's probably safe to say that their world is far more colorful and vibrant than we can even imagine.
It's like they're living in a Technicolor dream world.
Exactly.
That we're only just beginning to glimpse.
And this makes you wonder, like, what other sensory experiences are we missing out on? Right. What other secrets are hidden just beyond our perception?
Now, that is a thought-provoking question.
It is?
It makes you want to go out and grab a UV flashlight.
I know, right?
And just start exploring, see if you can find any other glowing creatures lurking around.
You know, this is why I love science.
Yeah.
There's always something new to discover.
Right.
Even in creatures we thought we knew so well.
All right, well, before we go out and buy all the UV flashlights we can find, maybe we should...
Good idea.
We should wrap things up.
Okay.
For our listeners. So to recap, okay, so let's bring it all back for a sec. You know, we've been talking about these birds of paradise.
Right, those showstoppers, the ones with the crazy feathers and dances.
Right, but like as if all that wasn't enough, now we know they've got another trick up their sleeve, or wing, I guess.
Yeah, biofluorescence, these birds are literally glowing up, and it's not just, a handful of species.
Right, it's everywhere.
It's widespread, across the whole family.
So it's really a big deal. Like, it's not just some random quirk. It's really a key part of who they are and how they communicate and interact with each other.
Exactly. And remember, this isn't just a faint glow. You know?
Right.
We're talking about bright, noticeable patterns on their feathers, their bills.
Even their feet.
Yeah, their feet light up too.
And the craziest part, they can see it, right?
Yeah, they've got these special eye pigments that are tuned to pick up on those specific wavelengths that they emit.
It's like they have their own private disco going on.
Yeah, like a built-in decoder ring.
Yeah, and we're just catching, a little bit of the show.
A little glimpse, yeah.
It really it makes you realize how much we still don't know about the natural world, right? I mean, this has been going on for who knows how long, and we're only just now figuring it out.
It highlights how much we still have to learn, even about the creatures that we think we know so well.
And it makes you wonder, what else is out there?
Oh, yeah.
What other glowing creatures are waiting to be discovered?
I know, right? I mean, this whole discovery, it opens up a lot of questions about biofluorescence in other ecosystems. Right.
Yeah, and it gives us a whole new perspective on birds of paradise. I mean, even if we don't have the fancy equipment to see the glow, just knowing it's there, it makes you appreciate them even more.
It really does. It's a great reminder that there's always more than meets the eye, and that the natural world is full of surprises.
All right, so to our listeners out there, the next time you see a bird, don't just, glance at its feathers. Take a moment to really look, to imagine the world through its eyes.
you never know what wonders you might find.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe someday we'll have the technology that lets us experience the world.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, to see those colors like a bird of paradise.
That would be incredible.
But for now, we'll just have to keep exploring and keep learning one glowing discovery at a time.
That's what it's all about.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into the fascinating world of birds of paradise.
It's been fun.
Until next time, stay curious, everyone.